it's Louise with louisemckayart, and welcome to my channel. And today I am working on an 18-inch lazysusan, and these are from Lipper International, and I get these off of a internet site called Faire, F-A-I-R-E. I have it linked in the description. This is 18 inches. I have the back already taped off. I've primed the top with my Zinsser. 1, 2, 3. Boom, 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 boom. All right, and I've got my Berta over here, 1,000-watt hair dryer. I got this several years ago off of Amazon. They don't sell it there anymore, but it's a little one. It's not hugely powerful, and I don't use the attachment, the concentrator, and it does have a cool setting. So when I do blow this out, it'll be on high and cool. Let's go over the colors real quick. So my first color here is Artist's Loft Naples Yellow. By itself, plain old little Artist's Loft. I have a lot of these little guys I got when I was first starting out. So I'm trying to get into some of these Artist Lofts while using some of my other golden paints, which is, this is Benzie. I call it Benzie. I don't know how you pronounce that. Benzimidazolone yellow. Yeah, that's my second color, which is this one. This is my usual 24 karat gold by Deco Art golden combo. Usual suspects on that one. And then my usual suspect on this one, which is my golden and TLP Zeus. And the last color is my golden carbon black. As we go through the video, as we go through this creation, assuming that everything turns out good and I have the video I'm going to be sharing, I will be cutting out in portions and speeding up in spots, but you won't miss anything that's important, at least for this basic creation. If you want to see a more detailed tutorial, I have video 312, where it's pretty much all-encompassing tutorial, and I'm considering doing an even more in-depth, all-in-one tutorial, if anybody's interested. If not, I'm not going to worry about it, because if you guys have what you need, that's good. But I do always have little nuances that when I get into my private tutorials, I always will end up going into more detail, because as I'm going through it in the video, when I'm videoing it for private tutorial, I just start popping off all the different little things I think about as I'm doing it, as if I was doing it behind closed doors. So without any further ado, over here I've got my cell activator. This is Australian. Now I have made a set of coasters, a paint skin for a charcuterie board with American Floetrol cell activator, and I'm going to be trying this time with Australian. But let's start with this. Got my pillow paint, Glidden GLN 6011N. Get this at Home Depot. It's about 28 bucks. See if you can get a 10% discount code somehow, because like if you're a member of Discover offers like perks and points and stuff like that. You can get 10% off there. I'm military, so I get 10% off as being a veteran. So see if you can get 10% off. I think Lowe's does the same thing. Going to give it a spin. The bottom is prepped, so I'm not going to show it to you because I've got it already centered up. I'm going to stretch this out a little bit. I'll speed through this. I don't think I need any more. I might put just a hair more down in the center. One quick spin. But you see, when I do these, I'm not already off the edge. I let my spin take care of that. And it will. Okay, my first color is the Naples Yellow, and I think I'll end up using all of this. Let's find the middle. That looks about right. And I'm going to use up the rest of this. And I am actually in love with this color palette. Boy, I hope I have enough of this. I'm going to go on. I'll be scraping this, so I'll probably go on fast forward through some of the scrapes. I want to make sure I get enough of this. I want to get all of it down. Yeah, we're going to use it all the way up. And the nice thing about this is that it's a straight color, so if I need to make more, it's not hard. I'm just mixing up the one color versus like sometimes where I'm mixing up multiple colors. Okay, we'll call that one done. The Benzie yellow. Yeah, I woke up the other day feeling like a yellow palette, and I've been playing in yellow palettes ever since. It's not like I play in this color palette a lot, so at least it's something different for you guys to see. It is amazing, all the colors you can play with. Let's put a lot down. Next color, my gold combo. I drizzle it all over the place. Sometimes when your paints get a little bit old, they get a little thicker and they get a little clumpier. They don't want to drizzle so smooth. You just got to be eyes wide to what might be jumping into your colors as you're laying them down. Yeah, so I was having trouble with my IKEAs warping. I always warn people now not to use IKEA unless you do something spectacular to prepare it. Quinacridone combo. And if you're interested in what colors replicate quinacridone Nicolazo Gold, I have it listed in the description. Yeah, it's getting old. You hear me say that a lot. I have paints that I end up hanging on for a while, and then it's more of a challenge to get them off the stick. It just goes to show you, even with thicker paints, you can still get everything to work. Just a reminder here, check out my description for links to some of the products I use and links to some of the more educational, instructional type tutorials that you might find helpful. All right. By the way, that gold and golden combo and that quinacridone combo are killer combos. Okay, now this black is deadly because it can take over something. I did a creation with black in it last time. I don't know if I've shown you. I may not have even shared it. The black just took over. It's pretty, but it still just took over. Just a little bit. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down my cell activator. I'm going to blow it out with my mouth to some degree. My idea is to blow straight down into it and start it forming a circle with a ridge. And I'm going to aim my hairdryer at the ridge as I blow it out. All right, and I'm going to step up on a step stool to do that. The blowout, any if that is. Always make sure you have stuff out of the way. You don't want things flying around. All right, watch how much cell activator I put down, which is not much. A little more than a coaster because it's a 18-incher, but not much. You want to get the next color straight down, and then we're going to blow it out, and I'm going to blow it out. There we go. So as I'm blowing this out, I do want to direct you to a video I have, 419, The Art of the Blow. It shows you how to blow out with your mouth. Here, of course, we're blowing out with a hairdryer, and like I said, I'm aiming the blow of the hairdryer right at the ridge that was formed from the initial blowout. And I use the hairdryer to like push the air forward to push the paints out over the pillow. Note that I'm not aiming down, I'm aiming behind the paint and pushing it out like a wave coming into shore. And that's what I do with a hairdryer. There, I want to point something out. Now, as I was blowing this last portion out, I didn't blow that back here like I said I would because this was already forming so pretty. I just wanted to get the leading edge to go out because this I want to keep because that is spectacular right there. So while you're doing your blow out, you have to make these, you know, in the moment decisions as to what you're doing. And obviously I did not blow too far, but that's okay because this is going to stretch out beautifully. All the colors are going to push up and out. Oh, this is going to be really cool. I hope, knock on wood. I'm going to blow in the middle and then we're going to stretch it out to the side. I'm going to let that just develop on its own. And then we're going to, let's stretch this out to the edge or as close to it. Get this pillow so that my paints, when I get ready to spin, will already know where to go. And I'm going on fast forward as I stretch out the pillow here. So it's all one continuous pillow going to the edge. And then I'm going to do a gentle spin to get this thing starting to stretch. All right, here we go. See how that filled in all on its own? Here we go. Nice. Nice and gentle. I've got the back taped on the lazysusan to itself. So when I'm spinning on the spinner, it's the spinner that's spinning out and not the lazysusan. The lazysusan is doing no work at all. I'm going to hold up here because I'm going too much on one side. I want to go more that way now. I'm going to cheat it in that direction. And I'm already starting to float over the edge, so let me get all this floating over the edge since it's already starting. So everything has a fair chance to getting over the edge. That side's already got a head start where the darker side is. So I got to catch this lighter side up a little bit by getting this edge covered over. I'm just taking it off the bottom where it's dripping off. I don't waste much paint. I'm going to skip ahead here. All I'm doing is covering up the sides. To me, there are two key parts of this process. The blowout is probably the most important. And the second most important is getting it centered up as you get ready to spin it all out. I'm going to continue to come this way just a hair more. Give it a little more of a cheat in this direction because the other side is coming off faster. Still going to come this way. All right, I'm going to pull it some more in this direction. This is really going to get a little wonky, but I'm making these really small adjustments to get this to center up as best as possible before really spinning it out. A little more, folks. Come on. I'm really pushing it now. I'm pushing it. And truth be told, you don't have to do this. You may want to have a more off-center center, so it's up to you what you want to do here. I'm going to push it even more. I am really pushing this one. In fact, let's go this way a little bit. I'm going to have some negative space, which is going to be pretty. I'm going to play in the negative space, and I'm going to clean my hands off. I'm going to check to see how we're doing in the middle. The way I do that is with a toothpick. Dip a toothpick into the middle. There's like a little fluff on there. I could probably spin at least a couple more times. I'm going to need to spin anyway because I need to get more negative space off. And then, meanwhile, let me get out my palette knives to play. Oh, this is so pretty. If you're into yellow, man, you would love this one. to play. First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up the bottom over here so it stops pulling down. I'm going to skip ahead through the cleanup part. All right, palette knife. I'm going to take some of these big spots. It's a little late in the game to be doing a scoop and drag, but I'm going to do it anyway. Yeah, the idea of a scoop and drag is that you put your palette knife under the paint. You scoop under the paint, and then you lift up the paint over the top of the pillow to stretch it out. Look at that. Look how that filled in. Nice. Let's see if I can do that again. I didn't quite get that effect before. And typically you want to do the scoop and drag while you still have a lot of paint on there. So typically before you spin, once you've spun, you have a lot of paint that's gone, so you don't have much depth to dig into. But as you see, every rule can be broken, and I'm still able to do it here with the little bit of paint I have on here. Wow, I really like how this is turning out. Normally I would never scoop and drag this late in the game, but this is working. And the important thing is when you're doing it, don't do it fast, just do slow and patient. There's no hurry here. We're not in any hurry. Okay. Well, I'm really happy with this. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna get out a couple white spots. I think we're done. You know what, before I'll get the white spots after we're off. I'm gonna check the center again. That's pretty good. Let's just give it one more spin, just for measure. And I'll clean up the bottom, get a picture, overview, put this to bed, probably come back and resin this in 10 to 14 days. My humidity in this room's been really good, so I can get away with doing it sooner than later. So clean up the bottom, and then I'll be back to show you the final wet results here. All right. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here are the wet results, and as usual, I show you the final resined results, and here is the up close of this piece, fully resined and complete. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, hitting the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. I have a lot of functional art like this, coasters, clocks, jars, all kinds of things. Check out my playlists. And if everybody could please leave a comment, I'd appreciate it. A thumbs up is also appreciated, and a hype is even mega appreciated. YouTube says the more hypes you get, the more visibility you get, so I'll take their word for it. Every bit of assistance helps a lot. Thanks. And those were the coasters I made with the lazysusan, so I have a set here, and I find that these sets sell better than just singles. So that's just a little tip for you. And coming up, I have a question for everybody, so hopefully you can stick here for a second to listen to what I have to offer. So I'm sharing the coasters more because I'm considering doing a coaster week where I would just share unedited videos of coaster creations. I've got a lot of videos that are unedited and have really good color palettes that you might like. So if you're interested in that, please let me know in the comments. And I think with that, that's all I have for now. So everybody take care. Till next time.